And a very good morning to you. It's Saturday the 12th of December 2020. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from Bracknell in Royal Berkshire. Do hope you like my little opening thing there. There's one at the end as well. Okay, we've got a new little opening and closing film for the Christmas period, boys and girls, which officially begins now, live and exclusively on this YouTube web channel, but not on the radio show. Not on the radio show, not until 1 week before, because we haven't got so much time on this one, all right? Anyway, I hope you're well this morning. I've already seen some messages coming in on the text number there. If you'd like to contact me, then either use the text message there or you can email chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I don't come into the chat box at all, boys and girls, as in at all, ever, all right? But if you want to contact me during the show, just use the text number up there, 07551 259 675, or indeed the email there at the bottom of the screen, all right? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Here we go with the Christmas jumpers. I have four, I think I've got four or five. I've got 4 or 5 Christmas jumpers that I've had for years and years. They come out every year. I see no point into buying anything new, dear. Not while the other ones are still working. Why waste money? We've got enough money to waste on Christmas presents, for God's sake, including wrapping paper, which, rather disappointingly, it hasn't all arrived. No. The Amazon, I ordered my wrapping paper from Amazon. I think I told you last Saturday. Good quality. Hallmark, rather than those 10 sheets that you get for £1 down at the market where the corners come through. The Hallmark wrapping paper is actually quite thick and nice, and it doesn't tend to tear when you put it on these delightful little presents. But unfortunately, only one roll out of 3 appeared. I ordered, I think I told you the Harry Potter one came. No, incorrect. The Harry Potter one didn't come. And I ordered one of those, one of something else, and for the girls, like a princess one. Now, I have the princess one here. Would you like to see it? Would you? Would you like to see them? My princess wrapping paper. Look, here we go. There it is. Look, princess wrapping paper. Oh, yes. Because you are Uncle's little princesses, aren't you? Little people, uncles. Unfortunately, that's the only one that arrived. So even though you see this is princesses, this one is actually for Harry. And I managed to wrap all of the children's presents in this absolutely delightful wrapping paper. And it's something I've never done, wrapped presents. I find it inconvenient and annoying, and I don't suppose anyone looks at the presents, but we've all got, let's face it, we've all got so much time to kill this year, haven't we? There's nothing to do. Especially, I really struggle at night. I have nothing to do at night. I get so bored. I go out walking, which I enjoy, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy going out getting, getting plastered then, going out walking, but I'm just used to being out every night, doing something, for years and years, of course, working. I worked every night for 20, 25 years, something like so I found time. I thought, well, I might as well. Let's try wrapping the presents this year. I don't think I've done too much of a bad job, have I? Look, I mean, it's not I wonder what that is, Harry. I don't know if Harry's watching. What could that be, eh? So all the children's presents are wrapped in those, including the ones I've already sent off to Cyprus. But then I completely run out of paper. So Amazon sent me a message saying, it looks like your stuff's been lost in the post. We can't get you another. We've issued a refund. They're very, very good at that, Amazon. I've no complaints whatsoever about Amazon. But no wrapping paper. So basically I can't wrap other people's presents. As in my nephew, his wife, Martin, my sister. I think that's it, really. I haven't got any wrapping paper for them, so I don't know. I might try and order another one off Amazon. I don't really fancy going into a shop and buying it like that. Do you wrap your presents? What sort of wrapping paper have you got as a matter of interest? You can get some really expensive stuff, can't you? You can get the 10 sheets from £1 if you're careful. You see, I'm a bit clumsy. I am quite a clumsy person, which is why we don't do DIY, dear. We don't do DIY. We'll have a bit of a work on computers and electrical type things, but that's about my limit. Yeah, in fact, I've been working on the computer again this week because we've still got this hesitation problem. So I've had the side of it. If it's actually still off at the moment, the side of it's come off, and I swapped the memory chips around. So if you've got two positions for memory chips, right? I took it out of one, took it out of two, and put two in one and one in two to see if that made any difference. I don't think it did, to be honest. It still hesitates now and again. But I did discover it was absolutely caked in dust in there. That's incorrect. There was a lot of dust in there. In particular, there's the processor, which is like the brain of a computer. You've got the processor, and then on top of it is like this metal thing with lots of slots. That's the heatsink, because these things get very hot. And then on top of that is a fan, right? And the heatsink was caked in dust. So I fortunately, this, which was a gift from non-Irish Mary, who we lost last year, she bought me this rechargeable fan. Isn't this fantastic? Do you remember me showing you this? Last year, she got me this rechargeable fan. So after I sort of blew some of it out, and I thought, well, let's give this a go. And listen, it's quite... Oh, look. Do you know I look like a chipmunk then? Chipmunk. So we got this little fan, and I blew that in there. Oh, Christ, I couldn't breathe afterwards. I was coughing my guts up. Never mind the coronavirus. Dust from a computer does exactly the same thing. God, blimey. Anyway, so I did that, and has it made any difference? It is running better. The computer is running better. It starts off a lot quicker. I was surprised, actually. I mean... kind people. I put a post up on the Facebook some weeks ago now, actually, about this problem. And people just kept shouting, oh, change the hard drive. Oh, it's the hard drive. It's because you've got an old hard drive. You've got a mechanical hard drive. Nothing of the sort. There's nothing wrong with the hard drive from what we can see. Nothing wrong with it. There's something else going on there. You know, no one answered the actual problem. Well, a couple of people did. They answered the problem, which was the hesitation. A secondary thing was it was taking a long time to start up. But a very good friend of mine, Mike, one of the suggestions he made was you're not supposed to have stuff on your desktop, okay? As in so many icons, but the actual programs and things themselves. Well, I had loads of those on the desktop, rather than just little folders what point to where the stuff is, if you see what I mean. So everything was moved off there, and that made an enormous difference to the start-up time. But that's what I was doing on my hands and knees down there last night. I had a lovely foot spa last night. Have you got a foot spa? There's a good Christmas present. If you're stuck for a Christmas present and someone's sort of over 55, get them a foot spa, and the salts and the smelling tea tree oil. Oh, it's lovely. The whole house stench of beautiful tea tree oil throughout the house. I love it. So I had a foot spa last night while I was watching the telly. And what was I watching? Of course, the Dame Barbara Windsor programmes last night, which I'll come to in a second. Meanwhile, let's read some of your messages out coming in this morning. Once again, if you haven't been on the show for a while, gang, you can contact me either by text message, top left-hand corner there, or by email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. If you're in the chat box, that's for you to talk to each other. I don't come into it at all. All right, my love? There is a couple of moderators in there if you're a little bit naughty, though, just to warn you. All right, but I don't have anything to do with the chat box anymore at all. Good morning to Diane. Morning, Diane Jeb. Hello, my love. She loves the Christmas backdrop. Yes, that's another thing I did in here last night. It actually didn't take too long at all last night putting that up. But please notice this. Now, this was made for me by the lovely Denise Andrews, who used to be with us most mornings. I don't know if she's with us this morning or she might be out shopping, but she made me two of these. Look at them. Isn't that beautiful? Eh? It's all little baubles stuck on like a framework, and that's fantastic. She made one for here and one for the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex and Radio Centre up in Lincolnshire, of course. And that's a more colourful one, like mauves, I think, from what I remember. And that will be going up there with another backdrop. So I'm glad you like the efforts. The little soldiers there. My mate's got an awful lot of Christmas presents. I mean, decorations. I mean, hundreds. His loft is packed with Christmas decorations, and he keeps buying them. Every year he buys more. Ridiculous. But they're not cheap ones. Not cheap ones like you and I have got. Oh, no. We're talking sterling silver hanging things. Glass, I mean glass baubles. Beautiful things. I got to tell you, beautiful things. Glass baubles with, like, blown characters inside them. Amazing. I've got to give it to him. Amazing Christmas decorations he's got. Not only that, lights. Thousands and thousands of lights all over the place. I'll ask him if he minds showing you. I'll do a video. And outside his front door as well. He's got these great big baubles that light up. It's just wonderful. It really is just wonderful what he's got. And he gave me those two, I think it was last year or the year before, from his collection. Now and again, he gives stuff away or sells it on eBay because he's got so much of it. And of course, we got the crib there, Jesus, Mary, and the baby Jesus, the three kings. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's sacrilegious, but it is actually a snow globe, and I don't think it snowed in Israel at the time. But there we are. Oh, I wish I hadn't done that. Now you can't see the characters. Can you see that? We've got the three kings. And 1, 2, 3 there, and oh yeah, we got a sheep there. We got a sheep there, and there we are, Joseph and Mary and the baby Jesus, and it's nice, isn't it? I don't know where this come from. Oh, look, it says on off. Oh. Oh, yeah. We're not leaving that all on while I'm talking. There we are. So we got that there. Isn't that fantastic? And, of course, just behind there, that's the clock there. That's our Super Chat prize, gang. If anyone's sending in a tip this morning, I'll give you a free raffle ticket. And the Super Chat raffle will be on Boxing Day. Someone will win the clock on Boxing Day. Every time someone sends £1 Super Chat, I'll give you a free raffle ticket to go in for the raffle on Boxing Day. There is also another raffle happening over the next couple of weeks, boys and girls. And again, thanks very much to Denise Andrews for sending in a prize. She sent in a little prize for us to raffle, and here it is. It is a beautiful. She makes all sorts of. Oh, hang on, it's got lights on it. Hang on, I just realised it's got lights on it. Oh, look. Denise has made us like a tartan wreath type thing, you know. Either hang it up for Christmas, or if you die over the Christmas period, take the lights off and put it on your coffin. Even better. Don't leave the lights on while it's in the church. That's just disrespectful. You can't have fairy lights in church, dear. So, no doubt someone had tried that at some point. Just imagine going into the Vatican and there's the Blessed Virgin Mary and smothered in fairy lights. Shania, do her nut. So that's we're raffling that over the next 2 weeks, and at the end of the show, I'll ask if anyone wants a raffle ticket for that, and you'll be able to have a raffle ticket for that. But that's at the end of the show, okay? So we'll do raffle tickets this week, and then next Saturday, and next Saturday as well, we'll do the raffle for it. So someone will win it, and then it can be in the post, and hopefully we'll get to you by Christmas Day, which is then a week after, isn't it? Oh, I haven't put the calendar up. I haven't put Barry's calendar up. Hang on a minute. So what is it today? Today's the 12th. Let's just double check. 12th and 19th. Yeah, that should get to you. That should get to you. Yeah, so we'll do the raffle on the 19th. So there will be raffle tickets given out for that next week, all right? Okay, let's just do some of your messages before we carry on. We've already done... I've lost my... had my emails up. Oh, there it is. Said hello to Diane. Good morning, Diane. Good morning to Michael Pullman in Australia. Must be very strange. I would imagine it's quite strange, really, to be laying on the beach on a Christmas day, which I assume that you do in Australia, do you? Excuse me a moment. Let me just blow my nose. You know, that's quite a normal thing for them to do in Australia. They go on the beach and have a barbecue. You know, they're not wrapped up like Eskimos building snowmen. If you get any snow, that is, of course. We probably won't have any here again. Don't get snow much now, do we? Gary Ross, good morning, Gary, in Belfast. Christmas has finally arrived on the Chris Reardon Show. Love the studio setup. It's your very own grotto. Maybe Mark Bowles will call and sit on your knee. Either that on my face, one of the two. Thank you, Gary. Good morning to Dylan Hutchinson. Good morning, Dylan. Hope you're well this morning. Yes, all well here, Dylan. Everything's firing well this morning. Good morning to Mike in Brighton. Morning, Mike. Oh, did it say tonight's show this morning? Oh, that should have said today's. Yes, never mind. Thank you very much. Good. No shaving foam today. Yes, I did. We did a night show last week, and just before the show, I thought, well, I better have a bit of a shave. I've cut my hair this last night. That's got easier, I must say. It's never going to be perfect. I mean, I find it difficult. I still find it difficult, but it's got easier, if you see what I mean. I can now do that in about 10 minutes. But it's trying to... You see, I can only use one hand to hold this thing, right? And you're okay here, right, like that. And then you start getting round here, and it's a bit like that. Now, sense would tell you, well, why don't you just change your hands? You can't. It's a bit like trying to write with your left hand if you're right-handed. Can't do it. And you end up, trying to do this and then looking in the mirror and then holding your phone round trying to do that. Oh, as soon as this blooming virus goes, I should be straight in the hairdressers, but not at the moment. Good morning to Paul in Cornwall. Morning, Paul. Good morning, you filthy animal. That's me. I hope you're well. Merry Christmas from me and my wife, Jo. I hope you get all you need this year, maybe a straitjacket. I think you could be right there. Maybe a straitjacket. Good morning to Rachel Wheatlands. Morning, Rachel. She enjoyed the beautiful intro and liking the look of the studio. Yes, of course. I mean, there'll be another one to do as well once I get back up to Lincolnshire, hopefully. By Christmas, that will have its own little backdrop in there as well. And a different beautiful coloured thing, what Denise Andrews made us there. So thank you. Good morning to Fran Green. He says, why don't you turn his spare room into a train engine room that will occupy the time at night? Good morning, Fran. I like that idea, Fran. The only thing is, it's very DIY orientated model trains. It's all very well opening a box, right? Which is about my level. I can open a box, put the track together, put the train on the track and turn it on. That's it, right? Some of these blokes, and I don't know any ladies at all who have got like electric train sets for whatever reason. But some of these blokes, people like Rod Stewart, he's got the most amazing electric train layout. 00 gauge, which is about that big. Where's about this one here? That's 00. 00 gauge, right? 00 gauge. And he's built it all himself. You've got to be competent at DIY things to have these sort of things. Otherwise you can't. That being said, there is a company that will come out to you, or you give them measurements. I'm not quite sure how it works. They will come out to you, probably just an electric train enthusiast, I would imagine. And he will come out to you, look at what you've got, and build a layout. He will actually come and do that, and then once it's done, with little, as much as you want, he'll either do just the woodwork, and put the track down, or he'd do the whole thing, woodwork, track down, little trees and people and stations and everything. You could have that done if you wanted to. I would imagine that's not a cheap thing to do. That being said, he probably loves doing the job. You know, you get liking to do so. Like I like to sit here and do this or do my radio thing. I like to do that. That's my thing. I'd like a train set or something like that, yeah. But my level is kind of just putting the track together and sitting in the train and just watching it go round and round for 10 minutes and then putting it back in the box again. How these things are sent to testers. Good morning to Sherry. Morning to Sherry DMP. Nice to see you this morning. Thank you, Sherry. Every Saturday, 10 o'clock we're here, darling. Don't forget the radio show. I'm on Reach on Air, which is an internet radio station, gang. You can get it, of course, on your smart speakers. That's Monday to Friday between 10 and 11 o'clock. reachonair.com. If you've got a smart speaker, it will play out there. Direct on Siri and Google. If you've got one of the Amazon speakers, then you need to go into the skill. Okay, into the skill thing. Oh, I got it here today. Look, I can show you one here today. Let's have a look. You go into the skill. I'm going to show you. Where is it? Amazon Alexa. Okay. Amazon Alexa. Oh, no, mustn't say that word. Switches are on. Okay. Then you go into more. See, more was down there. And then you go into skills and games. Skills and games, right? And then there's a search thing there somewhere. Oh, let's dismiss that. Where is it? There we go. Search thing there. See that search thing there? Just about. And then you type in Reach on Air. And there it is. You type in Reach on Air and it comes up there and you enable that skill. Once you've done that, then you close the app and then you just say to your speaker, Amazon, play Reach on Air. Now say it clearly, otherwise it might think you're asking for a song like Reach for the Stars or Reach S Club 7. So, and that's how that works. Very, very easy. Morning to Jason Hughes this morning. Hello to Jason. Morning to John Parrish. Hi, Chris. Looking well. Love the turkey neck. Thanks very much. I appreciate that, John. Perhaps I need some of that special oil on there. So you can buy this oil, can't you? Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I'm a bit warm in here. Oh, dear. It's not cold, is it? Wasn't cold last night. I popped out to Aldi last night and wasn't cold at all last night. Morning to Mick Davenport. Morning, Chris. Loving the jumper and the backdrop. Yeah, I've got several jumpers, Mick there. Morning to Mandy Davenport, head of Pain and Suffering, on this channel this morning. And there's our Maureen. Maureen joining us as well there from London. So good morning to you, Maureen. Anyone got their decorations up yet? Who's got their decks up yet? Anyone? I've just got the tree out of the cupboard. It's take me about 2 minutes. You put one bit on top of the other, open it up and plug it in. Done. Going back to my mate's Christmas tree, which I will get a video of it for you, and his decorations, he spends hours dressing that. I mean hours. It's beautiful. You wait till you see it. Good morning. Morning to Denise. Morning, Denise. A lovely Christmas display, all very festive. Loving the jumper from Denise. Well, we're raffling your thing off later, Denise. Today and next Saturday. We'll be giving out raffle tickets for this beautiful tartan Christmas wreath with lights. There we are. We'll be giving out raffle tickets for that today at the end of the show and next Saturday as well, okay? Morning to Ross Herndon, loves the backdrop. The chap behind you looks a lot like me. There he is. Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho. Thank you, Ross, in Perth, Australia. Sorry, Dylan, I've just set his Amazon thing off. Sorry, Dylan. Yeah, I always try not to say... I always try and say Amazon device. Otherwise, it sets people's things off, doesn't it? And good morning to Terry Byatt. Morning, Terry. Terry's been away for almost 2 years. Gosh, have you really? Wow, Terry. He had a stroke, but almost okay now, apart from needing a stick to walk. So I won't be in the next London Marathon. And that's from Terry, RT Official. Is it that long ago since we heard from you? Because Terry, I have to tell you, he's the one who advised me to buy the binoculars. And I'm glad I did, Terry. I'm so glad I did. I was able to see the comet which you couldn't see. They were saying you could see it with the naked eye. Well, I couldn't. Out came the binoculars. Do you remember the comet a few months ago? And it was just under the end of the plough, wasn't it? You know, the plough. Just in the corner, sort of blowing. I'm looking up. I can't see a damn thing, right? Out come the binoculars, and there you could see it. Only small, quite faint, but nevertheless, that certainly made a difference to me looking at the stars. Reach for the stars. That one. So thank you for that, Terry. We only do live video shows now, generally on Saturday mornings and maybe one night during the week. I'm trying to find a night during the week where we can do a chat show. So we'll do a morning one on Saturday and a night during the week, okay? Mandy says, you wear your Christmas jumper well. Well, that's because I've got a bit fatter, Mandy. Although, this week I lost 2 pounds. Yeah, baby! I'm very, very pleased about that. Very pleased. So I'm now 13 stone 6.2, I think it was. 13 stone 6.6 what was it? 6.2 I was when I weighed myself on Thursday. I'd like to be 13 stone 4 before Christmas if possible, which means I've got a bit of a leeway there to eat nice things. In fact, one of the things I went down to Aldi last night were a twisted sticky toffee pudding. Have you seen the advert? The Aldi advert. You know, you've got Kevin the Carrot. I know some people collect those, don't they? Kevin the Carrots. The soft toy thing. They probably run out again. They ran out last year and the year before. The Kevin the Carrot. One of the things they're advertising is a twisted sticky toffee pudding. And last night I needed some potatoes anyway and some baked beans. I've run out of baked beans. I've got plenty at the caravan, baked beans. Got none left. I'm down to my last 3 cans. Practically starving here in front of you, as you can see with your own eyes. So I went down there with that and I took my own carrier bags. Went in and I picked up, got some pink lady apples. They're my favourite apples, pink lady apples. Walked round, a few other bits and pieces. Then I come to the cake section. And I wanted to get one of these for myself and one for my mate, who last night was at his brother's house. His brother and his wife, and they have a child with, not Asperger's. Oh, the other thing. My cousin's got a little boy. I can't remember what it was called now. They're highly intelligent people, but the intelligence can't get out. I can't remember what that's called now. Begins with A. Anyway, so that's where he was last night, and he rang up and he said, can you get me one of these puddings? Because his brother's wife had got one and they just had it, and it was absolutely delicious. When you see it on the telly, on the Aldi advert on the telly, oh, you should see it. I mean, talk about sins or calories in that. There must be 500 calories per serving. Of course, it has to be said, probably nowhere near as tasty as my nephew's wife's homemade hot chocolate that she does in the slow cooker with cream and actual bars of Cadbury's dairy milk chocolate melted in that. Oh, my God! But nevertheless, he said it's really nice. So I went in there and I went to the cake section. I'm looking around and there's some absolutely delicious looking cakes in Aldi. And not dear, £5 for these beautiful cakes. And when you think about it, you know, you spend £2, £2.20, £2.30, £2.50 on a slice. You know, I mean, where is it? In Starbucks, don't you? And Costa Coffee, places like that. There's your drink, and can I have one of those cakes, please? And they give you this plate. I can't see it, it's so small. Where is the cake? Have you put it on there? Well, they've got these beautiful cakes in Aldi. And they were just over £5, the ones that I could see in there. They had another one, a salted caramel, the biscuit type one. What's that called now? The caramel. So you got chocolate, caramel, and biscuit underneath it. What's that called? Oh, Millionaire's shortbread. Millionaire shortbread. They had a millionaire shortbread cake, but it was nothing like the biscuit. This was a cake. And all this stuff is drizzling down the side. I think it might have had little shavings of chocolate on the top. That was just over 5. So they had that there. And an extensive range of non-expensive Christmas puddings in there. Oh my God, the stuff on this cake stands. But no, none of the Aldi twisted, sticky toffee puddings. So I'm on the phone. All right, Ron. Now, unfortunately, at this point, he's now drunk at his brother's house. Oh, he's hit the bottle now, dear. He's hit the bottle. And he's trying to explain it. Oh, Christ, I can't understand what he's saying here. Anyway, eventually, he sent me a picture of the box that the cake had come in. So I'm looking at this picture and I'm looking everywhere. I said, I can't see it, everyone. I don't think they've got any. He said, are you in the fridge? And I'm like, no, I'm on like a normal shelf. He said, well, this one was in the fridge. Okay, so I've gone back round to the fridge where I've already been with yoghurts and cheese. That's where it was in the branch in London. So I've gone round there looking for this thing. Can't find it anywhere. And eventually asked the staff. I said, we've got some cakes at the end of at the end of the fridge. You know what I mean? So I've gone to the end of the fridge, and yes, there are cakes in there. Not this one. Not this one. So as I came out of Aldi, I mean, just wonderful Christmas stuff they've got in there. Beautiful food in boxes and things. As I came out, was the regular lady at the checkout. She's a nice girl, nice lady, about my age. I said, you ain't got any of these, have you? And I showed her the photo because he sent me the photo of it. She says, and then she called the boy over that I'd already asked. So he said, well, mate, where did he get it from? I said, London. Oh, well, sometimes they get the stuff earlier, apparently, in London. So maybe it just haven't got yet. And then she wrote down for me the number of the customer services to ask them when it would be reappearing. You know, but keep an eye out for that one. It just looks so delicious on the telly. The Aldi twisted sticky toffee pudding, which he's already had some of, rather disappointingly. Mandy, thank you, Mandy. Autism. Yes, that's the one. Autism, Mandy. Quite right there. Mike in Brighton says, please stop talking about food. I have a 360-gram bar of dairy milk chocolate. Well, what's that, dear? 360 grams, dear? Well, what's that in ounces? We don't know grams, dear. We're not in Europe anymore. We're going back to grams, dear. Grams, pounds, pence, shillings. It's all coming back soon. I hope so anyway. Otherwise, what was the point? At least we didn't have those nasty little euro things there. Vile things, dear. It's like Monopoly, isn't it? You know, I was embarrassed to get euros out and paper stuff when I was in France. Mike says the chocolate was in my fridge and it was quite happy until there now. Go on, have some of it. Chocolate. RT Official said Rod Stewart gave £10,000 to a local model railway club not far from me after it was trashed by vandals. I remember that. About this time last year, wasn't it? Well, no, not this time. It was I think it was in the spring. They had a big model railway exhibition in... Was it Grantham in Lincolnshire? Kids got in, smashed it all up. All these old boys, their entire lives, these old boys, it's their hobby. Like, this is my hobby. Their entire lives they spent building up these beautiful model railway layouts, and they brought them to this venue for other people to look at. Kids got in and smashed them all up. Hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of stuff. Well, I hope karma gets them. I hope they get run over by a train or something like that. Just an awful thing to do. They did over £100,000 worth of damage. Thankfully, they got caught, and guess what? All they were sentenced to was a few weeks of community service. Waste of time, innit? Artie says, market deeping. Yes, market deeping. I've heard of that, market deeping. Rod is a great bloke, says Artie. Shocking. Morning to Danny Woodhouse, who says that we'll be making the Christmas cake on Facebook Live. Is that right? You're doing a Facebook Live of you making a Christmas cake there, Dan, excellent. Have you got any work? Dan was going to do a show on Reach on Air. You were trying to get some stuff together there, weren't you, as well? Anyway, so that's the cake. Last night I watched, of course, the Barbara Windsor. It's so sad. So sad. Who died on Thursday, wasn't it? And last night I watched 2 programmes about her. First of all, Babs. I watched them in the wrong order, actually. First of all, Babs, which was like a biography of as she was growing up. She had a bit of a, I wouldn't say a terribly hard child bringing up, but certainly not as good as mine. And mum and dad were kind of rowing and things like that. But it was a real insight into how she got to where she was. And as a little girl, her father, I think, more than anything else, wanted to push her into this thing, and then she started getting offered jobs, and I can't remember the name of the lady. She eventually went to this audition in a theatre, and it was a very famous producer. I can't remember her name now. But as she got there early. She's like me. She always gets places early if it's an appointment or work. And she got there at 15 minutes to 10, and this lady's sweeping up behind the theatre. And she says to this lady, "Is he auditioning here?" And she says, "Well, you're a bit early." I said, "Oh, I'm always early." All bright and bubbly. Barbara Windsor, this is. And she said, "Yeah, it's just round there on the door." So she went in there, and then she did her audition. And unbeknown to her, the lady who was sweeping outside was also the producer of the show. And she was apparently a very renowned producer at the time of theatre shows. And she did a bit on the stage and got the job. And then it went on from there. According to the biography, the very fact, and I personally know her, I know her mainly from Carry On films. I didn't really watch EastEnders. The last EastEnders I watched properly was when Den and Angie divorced. Yeah, that long ago. And I always remember seeing that. And I think I was at my sister's house at the time, actually. I can't remember now. I think I might have been at my sister's house watching that at the time. Oh, maybe it was earlier than that. Don't know. Irrelevant. Anyway, so that I know her from the Carry On films as the bright, bubbly little blonde girl, you know, with the big chest. But according to the biography, it appears that was a bit of a mistake by her, because the renowned producer that she'd done this other show for told her if she does more than one Carry On film, she'll get just known as a little bright, bubbly blonde girl. And of course, that's what's happened. That's what happened. She didn't get on well with Kenneth Williams at first, but then they become great friends. This is in the Carry On films. And of course, all those people in the original Carry On films have now gone. She was the last one. She was the last one. What great films they were, weren't they? Carry On films. So funny. So funny. No direct rudeness, was there? You know what I mean? You never actually saw a pair of women's breasts, a bum. It was all very tongue-in-cheek and all very funny. But the sad thing is, and I was speaking to my friend Ray Reynolds about this some time ago, last year, I get the feeling that people like the BBC will eventually take those shows off the telly because they will deem them as sexist. And of course, you and I don't deem them. We just enjoy the entertainment, don't we? We don't criticise. It's just how people tear things apart all the time and look for faults in them. And I have the most dreadful feeling that we'll lose the Carry On films from mainstream telly at some point because some idiot high up in the various... it's not just the BBC. In the various ITV as well, someone in an office there was saying, "Oh, that's really offensive towards women," and all this, and all this baloney. And of course, it was never made like that. They just have it in their sad, pathetic little heads because they can't see entertainment. A lot of people can't see irony. They can't see irony. They can't see that although you're actually doing something and taking the mick out of something. In appearance, you're not actually doing it. A little bit like the Captain Tom video I did on TikTok. I did this thing where I had a frame which wasn't a walking frame, which wasn't a walking frame. It was actually a clothes horse, and I walked across the garden singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" out of tune, which is how he was. But it wasn't taking the mick out of him. It was irony or satire, perhaps. Young people, or not people that have been to university, for some strange, unbeknown reason, cannot see it isn't what it appears. Which I think, to be honest, makes you and me more intelligent than they are. I really believe that. Seriously, if you can't see it, you're not very intelligent. If all you can see is a fence all the time, and I have this dreadful feeling we'll lose the Carry On films at some point. RT has renamed the BBC as the Biased Broadcaster Corporation. I'm on there, incidentally. I think I'm on Thursday. BBC Radio Lincolnshire on Thursday. I think I'm on there on Thursday night. I've just recorded another little 20-minute show for them. It's the third time I've done that now. So that's quite fun to do that. It's a little bit different to this. I have to watch what I say on that. You know what I mean? As I just told you, you have to fit in to the thing and do it like that, which is okay. Which I feel very honoured. I feel very honoured to have anything played out on the BBC. I was just thinking about the time, funnily enough, in January this year, when they sent a little film crew over. I shall never forget that. I just wish my mum and dad had been there. They would have been so proud to have seen that. You know. But there you go. It's one of those things. Anyway, back to the Barbara Windsor thing. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was the Carry On films. But according to this biography, it was a bit of a mistake of hers. Because once she'd done a couple, that was it. So she was okay. I think she did 7 Carry On films altogether. Not exactly sure how many she did. I think it was about 6 or 7. And then that finished. And then she couldn't get work. She couldn't get any work at all. And she lost a lot of money somewhere along the line. She was saying for the first Carry On film, I think, she got £2,000. Which I suppose in 1967, something like that, in the late 1960s, that was quite a lot of money, £2,000. You know, I would assume, what would that be today? £2,000 now? 100,000 maybe? If it was in today's money? Maybe not quite so much as that. But she lost a lot of money. And she ended up penniless at one point. Absolutely penniless. And she was doing shows at the end of one of the piers. That's how the biography starts. She goes on this pier. And she's at the thing at the end. And it starts off this It's on the iPlayer. If you didn't see it, please watch it. Please watch it. It won't really have you crying. It's not a bit like that. It's not. It is a little bit in it here and there, but you won't start crying because I'm terrible for crying at sad things on the telly. Terrible, or happy things even. I did have a little cry last night. That wasn't in front of this particular programme. And it starts off, and this camera comes along and walks down one of the piers. I'm not quite sure what pier it is, to be honest. Would it be? It looks like Brighton Pier. I might be wrong. Anyway, and then it goes into the stage door, and she's asleep on the floor. And this bloke comes in, her boyfriend, and he says, "What are you doing down there?" She says, "Oh, I'm just having a little bit of a kip in between 2 performances." So she was this big star on the Carry On film, and then ended up working at the end of piers. Of course, as an artist of any sort, whether it be Barry Manilow or a DJ in your local pub, we were all artists, I suppose, in some form or other. To us, it's important to be doing that job. And I feel at a terrible loose end at the moment at night times, not being able to stand and do my karaoke. I'm also I also quite like the music around at the moment, and I wouldn't mind trying a little bit of DJing once again, but that would be really difficult because you go over in age, you know, they don't really want some old geezer turning up and playing them records. I don't think I'd be able to do that again. But nevertheless, I can sit here and do it on the radio, so that's quite nice like that. And it was a great programme. It told the story of the relationship between her and her father, and she had to go to court and do a little bit of chat about her mum and dad, and did you ever hear your dad swear and that, and she wouldn't. What words did he say? And she wouldn't say, so she had to write them down. F you and the rest of it. And it was lovely, Babs. And then let's just a couple of messages here. Thank you, Fran agrees with us on the thing with the Carry On films. I just think at some point they would disappear, rather disappointingly. Barbara Windsor starred in 9 Carry On films, says Mandy. Thank you, Mandy. I think there was something. I know it was something around 7, 9 or 7. So you say 9. Thank you very much. Where Artie says, I wanted Tom to do another couple of laps and pay off my daughter's mortgage. Wasn't he fantastic to do all that, eh? And he got an award for that, didn't he? Old Captain Tom doing that walk around business. Amazing. What an amazing man. And Fran says, on the subject of offensive programmes, naked attraction. You're absolutely right, Fran. Naked attraction. I mean, who the hell is making up these rules? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Now, we've got, of course, the music thing in the charts, the Pogues and Dubliners. You know, every year they want to drop the word faggot and all that because it's offensive. But that's how it always was. Doesn't offend me. It's just a word. Whatever happened to sticks and stones may break your bones? You go and have a look at what's in the chart now. You know, women singing about their private parts and all this business. Well, that's all allowed, but we're not allowed to say faggots. Oh, please do me a favour. As a gay man, I am not offended at all. I think it's more on I'm sure a lot of all this old crap is more of an age-related thing. You know, young against older, perhaps. Although there's plenty of young people out there who think exactly the same as I do. They see this leftyism in newspapers and all that business of people being offended by this left, right and centre, various new political organisations coming out. Oh, it gets on my nerves. It really does. Anyway, that's another subject for another day. Perhaps not for a Christmas programme. So do watch that. It's really good. After as I say, it's called Babs, and it's on the iPlayer. It's a long programme, but you won't get bored. You won't be able to take yourself away from it and just put it on pause and have a cup of tea. You'll have to sit there and watch the whole thing. And it's a lovely ending. It's a really lovely ending. After a period of not being able to get a job on films, because she was basically typecast as a little blonde, bubbly lady. But then she got to 50 and she couldn't get any work. And then EastEnders came along. And she said it was a lifeline to her when EastEnders, because she owed a lot of money left, right and centre. Lots of failed marriages, unfortunately, kept choosing the wrong person. You know, one of those things. But she ended up with someone who really loved her. Wonderful. Wonderful. And I was saying on my radio show the other day that the one thing that gets me about getting older, it's not so much, and we all have these pains, don't we? You know what I mean? Those of you of my sort of age, any over 50s, over 55s maybe. You know what? Oh, what was that? You know, I never had that before. How many times does that happen? Or you're walking along and your foot starts hurting. Well, that never happened before, did it? Or your knee, or your back. I had it this week. My back suddenly. I think it was due to too much litter picking, to be honest. My bin's nearly full up with other people's litter. And these things. No, it's not that. It's the fact that so many people that we love and like die. Or I don't think there's a week goes by now without some member of not so much member of family, but a member of family or a celebrity or an international star dying who I loved. Either that or they've been done for paedophilia, you know. Let's be honest, in the 70s, we never knew about Jimmy Savile, did we? Or Rolf Harris. Or Stuart Hall from It's a Knockout. They were big people in my life. I never knew them, never met them. They never knew me. But to me, they were big people in my life. Now they're all done as paedophiles. Jimmy Savile dead. Rolf Harris. Jimmy Savile, yeah, okay. Stuart Hall, well, yeah, I remember watching It's a Knockout. And he would always have these two young girls either side of him at the scoreboard, wouldn't he? Remember It's a Knockout? And he'd always have his arms around them, and, you know, in later times you'd think, oh, you dirty old git. But I just took that as part of the fun. But no, it went a lot deeper than that. And to be honest with you, I'd rather not have known. Because you've ruined that. You ruined that for me now. Ruined that. I'd rather not have known what these people did. Rolf Harris. But, you know, no, not Rolf. Jimmy, yeah. Stuart, yeah. Rolf, no, not Rolf. And then it all turns out like that. It's awful. So they either die like Barbara Windsor, Bruce Forsyth, Bob Monkhouse. I mean, where do you want me to stop? Les Dawson, Morecambe and Wise, the two Ronnies, Dick Emery, Larry Grayson. Everyone, every single one from Are You Being Served? Almost every single one from Dad's Army. They're all gone. All of them. And to add to that, members of your own family, uncles, aunts, your parents, your grandparents, all gone. And I think for me, that's the worst thing about getting older. You could argue 57 isn't that old. I don't know. It's just the worst thing about getting old. People dying left, right and centre on you. Really is. And now Barbara Windsor. And I that one touched me, Barbara Windsor. They don't all touch me, so to speak. They don't all touch me. The other ones that have touched me, not so much the ones I mentioned already. Michael Jackson, funnily enough. Michael Jackson, because being a DJ, I was always playing his music. And when Michael Jackson, that really got to me a bit. And this one as well, you know, Barbara Windsor as well. Because they've always been there. Always been there since I was a little boy. One of those things. Anyway, so I watched that. I did a little bit of it on my radio show yesterday, as you well know, those of you that listen to the radio show. I'm on 10 till 11 every morning, reachonair.com, okay, is where you'll find me, 10 to 11, Monday to Friday, reachonair.com. And I did a little bit about Barbara Windsor at the beginning of the show. And I had this music bed under me, which was a variation on the EastEnders theme, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da, that one. And it's the slow piano version. They often use it, you know, if they've just done, they're usually at the end of the programme. Now, I don't watch it, but I've seen little clips of it. At the end of the programme, if they've had a particularly sad scene, usually someone dying, they'll mix in the piano soft version of EastEnders underneath the dialogue for 10, 15, 20 seconds or so. And then it goes into the main normal version. So they often use it 20 seconds under there. Well, I found the whole version about 3 minutes long. It's actually, from memory, because I had it all set up yesterday, 3 minutes and 6 seconds long. Very important on the seconds. And I had it all ready. So we'd done the show yesterday, and I had intended to play this particular piece of music in its entirety with no talking over it at the end of the show. And the show was carrying on. And so I started it off, said goodbye, started it off, and it's playing away. And I was in another room, and suddenly it went dead. And I thought, oh no, you must. And I came in here, and I don't know how it had happened, but it wasn't actually a computer glitch. I thought it was, it wasn't. It had switched to one of the other speakers. Somehow it had switched to my Amazon. Strange, and I could hear it playing out of there, but not from the computer. And of course I had to run back in here, turn the mic back on, and say a few bits and pieces. Unfortunately, when I'm doing the radio thing, everything is on the clock, right? I can't start it again and say, oh, could you give me another minute? No. You know, 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock, and there's a clock in front of me. It tells me exactly where I am and how much longer I've got to go, and I have to finish. Well, if I don't finish at 10, it finishes me, put it that way. It just stops. The little red light goes off. As soon as the red light goes off, it's not an actual red light, it's a red thing on my computer screen. As soon as it goes off, that's it. I'm off. You can't extend it. And I was so disappointed that went wrong yesterday. I can't tell you. But it's one of those things. I'll try it again on Monday, all right? Hopefully it'll be on Monday's show. So that's Reach on Air Monday morning at 10 o'clock. Okay, so that was Peggy's theme. Couple of messages coming in. Artie says, don't worry, death is just nature's way of saying you need more sleep. That's a good one, isn't it? That's a very good one. Very, very good one indeed. Paul says, did you check your emails? What am I looking for, Paul? What am I looking for, please? Eh? What am I looking for on the things there? All right. Will you be joining Martin for his live stream next week? Be good to see you around, him and Sharon. Oh, I doubt very much I'll be up there next week, Gary. No, I won't be up there next week. Possibly for the Christmas period, but that's not next week, is it? That's the week after, isn't it? What's the date today? 12 to 19. No, if I go up there, it'll be next week. Yes, that's right. Martin and Sharon will be doing a live stream on, I think, now it's either Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. And it's either on the Retro Restored channel or the Martin... What's it called now? Butler's... Or the Butler's... The Butler's Empire channel. Either one of those two channels, okay? Talking of other stuff on YouTube, incidentally. Talking of other stuff on YouTube, my nephew has, on Thursday or Wednesday last week, he's uploaded a new video. Scrap It Man is his YouTube channel. Okay? And in it, he shows you what he does. People have been asking him what he does for a living. Well, he's a full-time carer. For one of his daughters, Olivia, who needs 24-hour care. And when I say 24 hours, I mean 24 hours. She cannot ever be left alone. And she's one of, she's got a few carers. I mean, one person couldn't possibly be there 24 hours a day. But that's what he does. And he takes you and he shows you some of her equipment that she needs to keep her alive, basically. Oxygen machines and things like that. You get to see his two children, who are also carers, his wife, and what he does do with his time. Okay, so it's a very, very good video. Very good indeed. So if you want to have a look at that, go to the Scrap It Man channel on YouTube and find that there. Paul in Cornwall says, Christmas trees someone has sent you. Now, I've got no Christmas trees from you, Paul. No Christmas trees. No Christmas trees, Paul. Can't see any Christmas trees in there. All right. So that was the Babs programme. And then after the biography programme, I watched The One Show. Now, I'm not a fan of The One Show. I find it very bland. I really do. And it's a bit too cosy for me. I mean... Who's the woman with the black hair? I can't think of her name now. Is it Mylene Klass? It's just... I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. But they had the bloke from EastEnders on there yesterday. Shane Ritchie. Shane Ritchie was on. And the normal host of The One Show. And they were doing a thing to Barbara Windsor. You know, the whole show was dedicated to Barbara Windsor. And they had various clips coming up on it, which were great, absolutely great. Shane Ritchie was fantastic. He was finding it difficult to keep together. And a couple of the people that she had worked with on EastEnders, they come up on like a video screen behind them. And it was all very well done, I have to say. And I really enjoyed that. And I found it a little bit upsetting watching that as well. And how she did in her life. Very good. Unfortunately, spoilt at the very end by some woman singing. It was horrendous. Did anyone see that? There was a woman singing at the end. I mean, the song was awful. I don't know what song it was. It was blooming awful. And the set behind her, well, I'm sorry, it looked like something out of a Disney film. When I say something out of a Disney film, I don't mean it was like Disney castles and all that. It was a black backdrop, either black or dark blue, right? With fairy lights, with little lights. That's all it was. But the lights looked like the symbol of Mickey Mouse. And I'm thinking, No disrespect to Barbara Windsor, but what did she have to do? What does Disney have to do with it? That's how it looked to me. I don't know who designed that set. It was awful. And what a shame to have spoilt a perfectly good programme by wheeling on this woman singing with the most awful... I don't know. Did you see her hairstyle? What's all that about? It looked like that. Really odd. I thought it was absolutely horrendous. Did anyone see that last night? That song at the end was awful. And then they had like this Mickey Mouse affair type... Like, it was 3 circles like that. I thought, is this something to do with Mickey Mouse here? Are you taking the mick? That's how it came across to me. Awful. Which was a shame. But that was the one show, again available on the iPlayer if you didn't see it yesterday as well. Okay. What else have we got here? Let me just refer to my things here. Does anyone look at the Sun website? Anyone look at the Sun website at all? Do you ever look at that? Because the adverts there's adverts on the side. Now, I've been on various different... I use various different newspaper adverts for the stories that I bring you, and they're all on their website, and they all work except the Sun one. And the adverts are on the sides, and often the one on the right hand side is right across the news story, and you don't seem to be able to get rid of it. And before you all start saying use ad blocker, you know that doesn't work very well either, because what happens is that on certain sites you're using ad blocker and it says, oh, we've noticed you are using ad blocker. To continue using this site, please disable it. And then you have to disable it. So it's all a complete waste of time, really. But on the Sun, what I find is that you've got a news story in the middle and the adverts on the right-hand side, the pictures go right over the story and you can't read the damn thing. And also these adverts don't have little crosses at the top so you can close the picture. Is anyone else experiencing that on their computers? I thought it might be the web browser. So I have changed recently, at Mike's advice, Mike who's in Brighton, over to Edge, which I have to say is much, much faster than Chrome. But same problem, and it's only the Sun website. Very, very strange and mysterious. I've got a few news stories for you today. Let's have a look. We've done Martin and show. Bingo tomorrow, okay? We're going to do a bingo show tomorrow, all right? Now, once again, if you've just joined us, a warm welcome along to you. If you're in the chat box, I'm afraid I don't refer to the chat box at all. Not at the beginning, not at the end, not in the middle. All right? If you want to contact me during the show, please use the email there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, or use the text-in message at the top there, 07551 259 675. 07551 259 675 for your text-in number. So, bingo tomorrow night. It'll be exactly as it was before. 6 games, 8, 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, 9 and 9:15 will be our bingo times last night. If you want to play and you're already registered on the system, that's fine, okay? We're talking the Sunday list. You know there was 2 lists. The Sunday lists, if you're on that Sunday list, you'll be fine. It'll be exactly the same as it was before on this channel, okay? On this channel, exactly the same as it was before. If you're new and you'd like to play the bingo tomorrow night, send me an email to that email address there at the bottom there. Say, please add me to the bingo and I'll add you. If you want to just make sure you're still on the system, also send me an email. Don't do it as a text message or any other way because it'll get missed and then you'll say tomorrow, did you get my message? No, because you didn't send it on an email. Okay, I can't check everything all the time. So just send it to that email address there. Say, please check I'm on the bingo and I will reply to you tomorrow morning, all right? And I'll start sending out the bingo tickets. Hopefully it's all still working because I haven't used it for some weeks. And we'll do that tomorrow night for you. All right, 8 o'clock tomorrow night is the bingo. Want to be added to the system? Send me an email there. What I will say is that you will need a Gmail address. Hotmail, hotmail.com, hotmail.co.uk, anything else, Sky, they don't work very well for some reason. It tends to reject my bingo tickets. I don't know why this is. We can't get to the bottom of that. The Gmail thing, we've never really had a problem with. So make sure you've got a Gmail account. send me an email there and I'll add you to the system. Alrighty. Fran's happy about the bingo tomorrow. Excellent. Excellent. If you really get annoyed, just look at the Daily Mail online. Oh, well, the Daily Mail, yes, I know what you're saying, Archie. I know exactly what you're saying. Endless videos. Endless videos that auto-play in the bottom and you can't stop it. You can't stop the videos playing. What you can do is mute them. However, with the Daily Mail, the videos and the pictures, you can at least close them. Or they the adverts on the side, they don't go over the writing. They're there, but they don't cross over on the writing. On the Sun website, for some reason, all the things on the right-hand side, they come right over. And they're like solid colours. They're not even translucent. You can't see through the damn things. Most depressing. Let me have a look there. That's everything on my little list here, isn't it? That's everything on my list. Good. Right, we've got a raffle coming up soon. This is the prize, as sent in by Denise Andrews. Thanks very much for that, Denise. Much appreciated there. Don't forget the email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.uk. Morning to you. Morning to Christopher Williams. Good morning to Chris Williams this morning. Hello to you, sir. Nice to see you. Making a little appearance there. Yes, once again, I think you got used to that now. To contact me, just send a text or an email, and that's fine. Paul says, check your junk folder. Well, spam folder, there's nothing here from you. Why don't you just send it again and be done with it? Send it again, and there's nothing here from you at all, Paul. Or other than other stuff that I think you've sent occasionally. By the way, Paul, I think your missus, is it your missus or your girlfriend? One of the two, doesn't matter. I think she friended me last night on Facebook. Was that her? Or was that someone pretending to be her? Because there's a lot of that going on, you know. Oh, yes, dear. A lot of people pretending to be other people on there. Right, let's do some news stories then. Bad news. Who's hoping to get a gadget for Christmas? Gadgets for Christmas. Are you? Are you getting an expensive... Who's getting the new... As mentioned on the radio show, who's getting the new Apple headphones? £549. Dear me. I just can't get over that. As a club, if I was on good money when I was DJing in clubs. Very good money. Right? Even then, there's no way I would have spent £549 on a pair of headphones. I think Apple are really taking the mick. I seriously am. It's shocking. These are my headphones. These are my radio headphones. Okay? These are many years old, actually. They've got a big... These are proper DJ headphones. There you go. DT770 Pro. In actual fact, when I went up to the BBC and BBC Lincolnshire, they were using these headphones, so I know I've got decent headphones. And then this is the third pair I've had of these in 20 years. That's how long they last. The cable used to be curly, but it's not curly anymore on the newer ones. But I've had these. These must be... I would say these are 10 years old, but these ones always... I had two pairs, one for where I went around the DJing. Those ones, I've still got those. I might have chucked those away now. But the thing is with DJing headphones, you don't want them to go here. This is where headphones tend to go there, right? And when I bought these, they were about £100. About £100 for those. Okay? When I bought my first pair, they were about 80. They gradually go up a little bit each year. They got to about £100, and I bought these. I don't know what they are now. DT770 Pro. Let's have a look. How much are these now? Okay. Oh, yeah, a little bit dearer now. 109 you can get these for. And if you are wanting to be a DJ or you want some really good quality headphones that last for years and years and years, I personally I'm not being paid by them or anything like that. I highly recommend those Beyerdynamic DT770 Pros. Okay? They're quite comfortable. This is how I sit here with my music on. For the whole show. And I've got to tell you, they are blaring when I have these on. I don't know why my hearing hasn't been damaged. I have a bit of tinnitus now and again, but that's about all. I can hear sort of things. I can certainly hear money falling out my pocket when I'm walking along. God help us, dear. So that's what you want, pair of those, right? If you ever want to be a DJ. Don't buy cheap. Listen, do not buy cheap. Don't buy something with a thin cable. You'll be disappointed. It will go here. Take it from me. Experience. There's also, is it Stena? Slight head, DJ headphones. Hang on. What were the other? Sennheiser. I had a pair of Sennheiser. They were very good quality as well, but the wire was a little bit thinner. But they lasted a long time. The Stena ones. Pioneer do them, but they're my ones by choice. But Apple, £549. Even if I was getting £1,000 a night, which I wasn't. Don't get me wrong, right? I just want to tell you that. I did say I was very well paid. Not £1,000 a night though. Nowhere near that. Not even 500. Not 4. Not 3. Right. But even if I was on £2,000 a night, and believe me, some of these DJs are. The ones on the telly, you know, Carl Cox, very famous DJ, he would be on thousands of pounds a night just to turn up for an hour and play some records. Good on him. Good luck to him. But, you know, if I was on that money, I still wouldn't spend £549 on a pair of headphones from Apple. Shocking. Even my mate, he's got those earbuds, hasn't he? £250 for them. Nope. No way. No way. I got a pair of earbuds from Amazon. £24. Little wireless things. You charge them up. You stick them in your ears. I must have big ear holes because they fall out sometimes when I'm bending down to pick something up. And I've got the biggest things in there. Is there a way of getting those? Perhaps I can. Must be a way of keeping those damn things to go in your ear holes, doesn't it? It's just too much. £549. But if you have, or any other gadgets, bad news in the Daily Mail today. Gadget lovers may not get their Christmas presents until Easter. What? In my Easter bonnet, la da 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 da. That one, yeah. As Dover is choked with 24-hour queues today, with 2,000 more lorries than usual crossing between Britain and Europe every day. I wonder if it will include the £549 Apple headphones. That's the question. Mike in Brighton says, Apple headphones, such an extortionate price. It's beyond extortionate, isn't it, Mike? You know, if I saw, I would class these now, at this moment, I've just checked, are £109. Now, I personally, as I was a club DJ, would class that as a decent but expensive pair of headphones. If I looked at these up and they were 250 quid, I would say that was extortionate. But 540, I cannot get over how much they're charging for those damn things. And of course it's got all this spiel in it. Noise cancelling, and all this old crap. Listen, to your ear, they will sound exactly the same as these. Forget all the technical jargon in there. Please don't buy them. Don't buy something like that for anyone or yourselves. You are throwing money away. It's shocking. It's shocking. Mike says, I love my AirPod Pros. They do sound great, but overheard the Apple ones are too expensive. Is it not AirPod Pros? Well, how much did you pay for those then? I love my AirPod Pros. He uses Audio Technica Studio. They set me back £100-ish. Fantastic sound. Audio Technica Studio. Can I just look at those? 1 minute. Let's have a look at those. Let's have a look at those. Are they over £129 they are? Let's have a look. Oh, 109 on Amazon. All right, let's have a look at them pictures. What's the cable like? Oh, it's got removable cable. Excellent. Yeah, they look all right. I don't like all the hinges going on there. It's probably all right for homeware, but I would say to you, there's got a lot of hinges and that going on there. Places for them to break. Places for them to break. Look, there's no hinges here. No hinges. There's this bit here, but that's all metal. There's too many hinges on that for me. Looks like there's a lot of parts on that could break, so I wouldn't buy them. But I do like the detachable wire, so you can replace that, which is excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Mike. Paul in Amsterdam. If in Amsterdam, those headphones are €629. It's madness. Madness. Back to this story in the Daily Mail this morning. Apple have said it's 500. Here we go. It's in here. Gadget lovers may not get their Christmas presents until Easter, as Dover is choked with 24-hour queues today and 2,000 more lorries than usual crossing between Europe and Britain every day. Well, of course they are. Christmas presents. Apple. Well, I say that, of course, you know as well as I do. There are no Christmas presents on these lorries. Father Christmas brings the Christmas presents. Doesn't he? You know that for a fact. We had I can't remember who it was now, but we had someone sent a message in some time ago. And they didn't believe in Father Christmas. And it didn't matter what I said on the show that morning. This was some time ago, wasn't it? I think it was up at the Caravan. The Lincolnshire Television Studio and Radio Complex Super Studio Space at the time. And this bloke, was it Gary Ross? It might have been Gary. He didn't believe in Father Christmas. It didn't matter what I said. He still didn't believe in him. Good luck, mate, on Christmas Day. That's all I'm saying. Oh, dear me. A very, very foolish mistake to make. Not believing in Father Christmas. Shocking. It's like going to church and not believing in Jesus. Ah, it's his birthday soon, you know. Have you got him a card? No? How rude. Rude. Apple has said it's £550 AirPods Max or €629 in Amsterdam. I can't get over that. They're available for shipping from next Tuesday, but the earliest possible delivery date in the UK appears to be between March the 16th and March the 30th, 2 days before Good Friday. Would you really wait for a £550 pair of headphones for 3 months? At least it gives you opportunity to save up the money. Mugs. Absolute mugs. Have you seen some of these Apple odd people? They're just odd. Now, I have an Apple iPhone. I have an Apple mini pad. No, what's that called? Mini iPad. Mini iPad, 3 years old. Actually, they're both about the same age, about 3 years old. This is my iPhone 8, works perfectly well, other than the battery's a bit iffy now. I have to charge it up twice a day minimum, sometimes a bit more. So the battery's a bit iffy. I could have that replaced if I wanted to, but I'll put up with it for now. Yeah. But I certainly wouldn't be queuing at... you just see them. 2 o'clock in the morning so that they can get the latest Apple product. What is wrong with people's heads? And they're the sort of people that will buy the 550. Oh, wow, I've got a pair of £550 Apple earphones. It's just like having these labels, isn't it? You know, people with labels. Okay, admittedly, quality clothing. I've got the most beautiful Parker coat downstairs. Armani. It's lovely. You put it on, never cold. Never cold. And I've got I think it's a no fear, like hooded top downstairs. Put that on, never get cold. You know how cold it was earlier in the week? I go out on my walks with this black hooded top on. Never, ever cold. What did I pay for them? Oh, don't worry. There's no way I'd go in an Armani shop and pay the full price for that coat. You'd be looking at 700-800 quid. I bought that from Florida. Oh, no, hang on. Was it? No, I bought that from Vegas in the designer outlet shops when I was there with my nephew a couple of years ago. We had a great time. It was fantastic. But we wanted to do... I've learned whenever I go to America now, I seek out the designer outlet stores. They're just so much cheaper than they are here. It cost me £100, which to me is a lot of money to spend on a coat, £100. I still think that's an awful lot of money to spend on a coat. But nevertheless, lovely. And I'll have that for years. And the time before, I bought an orange Timberland coat. You may say, well, why do you need two new coats? Two very warm coats? Because that one's up at my caravan, you see. And again, you put this orange coat on. I went over to Euro Disney with it. That's how long I've had it. When I went over with Gary's family, we went over to Euro Disney. And I took it over there. It was freezing cold. Put this bright orange coat, like a rusty colour. Put that on, zip it up, never cold. Again, that came from the designer outlets, Timberland designer outlet in Florida when I was there with my nephew 5 or 6 years ago. Again, the best holiday I've ever had since when I was a child. I had wonderful holidays when I was a child, but as an adult, that was probably the best holiday I've ever been on with my younger nephew at the time to Florida. Oh, it's fantastic. I can't tell you how fantastic that holiday was. And it was because he was there, you see. It's because he was there. Back to this story then. So I would never pay that. But these Apple people, they're on a completely different planet. Have you met them? Queuing up outside shops at 3 a.m. so they can get it first. You know, 10 minutes before you can order it online. They're off their bleeding heads. They're the people that will buy these £550 Apple headphones. Oh, they get the money, Apple. They get the money, don't worry. Anyway, if you want a pair and you order them, you're looking at March the 30th, 2 days before Good Friday. Currys, PC World, Argos and Amazon have all sold out of the PlayStation 5 consoles. My very good friend DJ Chris has got one of those. He's on it all the time. He's a games person. I'm not a gamer. Does nothing for me, computer games at all. One of the biggest wastes of time ever created, computer games. No, the biggest waste of time ever created, I used to think was Facebook. But it's not now. It's TikTok. Oh my God. Hours and hours. Flick, flick, flick. We have the queen of TikTok on this channel, Rachel Wheatland. She does really good videos. And LaBelle, drag queen friend of mine in New York. She does great videos. And there's a lad also, I think he's French. And he does live videos. He plays the piano beautifully. Oh, I can't tell you. I wonder if I can find him here now. This be a bit difficult, possibly. I've got so many subscriptions to various different people now. How do I find my... Oh, following. Oh, 146. It's not too bad. I don't know. I've got a lot of fit blokes on here that I fancy, obviously. Well, there's no point in hiding these things, is there? That's how you get into trouble, when you hide things. Look at George Michael. Never got into trouble. Oh, you've been hanging around the public toilet. Yeah, that's right. I was in there, meeting other people, and shut them down like that, didn't he? No point in hiding things, darling. Let me just have a look here. I want to find the lad who plays the piano, and he's fantastic. So much talent. And there's a priest on there. There's a couple of there's nuns on there. Seriously. There's a vicar on there, a female vicar on there who shows you she does stupid things. It's great, TikTok. Let's see if I can find the boy who's playing the piano. I'm not going to find it now, am I? Tattooed ginger lad. He sounds quite nice, doesn't he? Oh, there's Roman Kemp. Little Roman, pretty boy Roman. Am I not going to find this now? Oh, there's one of my favourites. Justin Leo. He's nice. Would you like to have a quick look? Do you want a quick look? I don't want it to be too rude. Well, there's nothing that's really too rude. You wait till you see this boy's eyes. Here he is. Look, 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 look. You see him? Good in it, eh? There he is. He's got beautiful eyes. Where's the piano bloke? I must be careful with the music that comes through there. I hope I haven't ruined my YouTube. I can't find him. See, that would be all right. If I could find him, play you a bit of his stuff, because that's all his original stuff. Just to show you what he does. And I can't find it. Just give me a moment or two. Oh, what a shame. Is that the one there? No. I'm sorry, I can't find it now. But I don't know if you type in... Maybe if I type in piano on the search thing. P-I-A... There's so much talent, people with talent on here. What they can do stuff and what have you. Maybe it won't come up as... I'm not going to find it, am I? Oh, users. Does it go in popularity? No, can't find it. Oh, piano guy. What's that? Is that him? Oh, it's another bloke. Right, let's. Oh, you can't see his face. Hang on, let me have a look. So I would say he's about 14. Check this out. Look at that. Da 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 da. And you see these people, and you know I play by ear. I can't play like them. Amazing. Have a look at those TikTok. But that's got to be the biggest waste of time ever. TikTok. Hours go by while you're flicking through these things. I go to bed sometimes, maybe 12 o'clock, and then I just have a quick look at those, and I look at the clock and it's 2:30. Seriously. As long as that. Mike, I remember you used a telephone to line up your tracks. No, that was David Rosen. I never used a telephone. God knows how he did that. Because, of course, you can't hear any bass through a telephone, can you? Can't hear the bass through a telephone. Morning to Shania, who's a bit late this morning. Morning, Shania. Hang around for raffle tickets. That's going to happen soon. I've got raffle tickets. Someone's going to win this next week, okay? Which Denise Andrews sent in for us. Got a string as well to hang it up, okay? What does that remind you of if the string's hanging down, girls? Anything? So raffle tickets coming up for that a little bit later. Artie says, when I got an iPhone, it came with 3 Apple logo stickers in the box. That's right. Yeah, just stick them on the back of your Android phone and PC monitor. It's a very good idea. Couple of emails coming through on the show this morning. Oh, gosh. Michael Pullman in Australia. Those Apple earphones are 965 Australian. Australian dollars are not the same as American ones. $965 in Australia. I surely won't be getting them. What a rip-off. Some have more money than sense. I wish people wouldn't buy them. And knock Apple on the head. You see, some of these large companies, they take the mick more and more and more, and then they do something, right, that upsets a lot of people, and it finishes them. Thanks so much. I've got emails here from Rachel, Mike and Danny checking for the bingo there, so I'll check that for you at the end of the show. Hello to Joseph McDonald. Hello, Joseph. Nice to see you, Joseph. You haven't been there for a while, have you? We're only here on Saturday mornings at the moment, 10 o'clock, and I'm looking for a night in the week to do a show as well, okay? Joseph says, absolutely right, Chris. I have headphones that are £12, and they're brilliant. I listen to my stereo with them on, and it sounds wonderful. And really, to be honest, Joseph, that's all you need. That's all you need. Because you're sitting at home, I need something more... Well, when I was DJing, I needed something more substantial that wasn't going to keep breaking. Because believe me, I went through quite a lot of headphones before I bought these DT ones. You know, they would last a few months, and then the wire would go at the end. Usually there it would go. Thanks very much to Paul, who has just sent some Christmas tree pictures, which I'll put up there for you next week. Thank you, Joseph. Nice to see you as well, Joseph. Every Saturday, 10 o'clock here. All right. Hello to Simon still. He's watching this morning. Morning, Simon. Mike, can you put the wreath on your head? It'll look fantastic. Do you think so? What, with the lights on? Oh, yes. Actually, the other way, so the lights shine down, won't it? There we are. Is that... Someone take a photo. Hang on a minute. Hang on, let me pose myself. There you go. No one will want this now. It's been on my head. Wasn't it Kenneth Williams or like a Roman emperor or something like that? Who's the other bloke now? Oh, I know that bloke. He worked with Barbara Windsor, didn't he? What was his name? Big bloke. Very, very good indeed. Very good. Some more stories here then. So watch out for your gadgets. They may not arrive. Currys and various places have sold out their PlayStation 5s. The delivery of many kitchen gadgets, such as food processors, coffee machines, kettles, toasters and utensils, have now been delayed until January. It came as a 3-mile... This problem that they've got with the stuff coming into the country came as a 3-mile long queue of lorries, snakes on the roads to Dover and the Channel Tunnel through the night and into today's lays bare the disastrous crush at the nation's ports. They can't get the stuff in quick enough. Emergency measures have been imposed on roads across Kent for the third day in a row to try and manage a tidal wave of trucks, now believed to be 12,000 trucks a day trying to get in. And the scenes have been seen at other ports around the UK, including Felixstowe and Southampton, as well as ports in France, as firms race to make the delivery in time for Christmas. This has got to be due to the coronavirus, isn't it? I would imagine. This won't be due to Brexit because it hasn't kicked in yet. Oh, you wait for that. They'll all be screaming on the telly. Oh, this is all due to Brexit. No, hasn't started yet, idiots. Pay attention. Never mind. There's a couple of stories, of course, in all of the papers this morning about the programmes on the television last night, including Shane Ritchie really almost breaking down on the One show last night, and quite understandably so. Quite understandably slow. So when someone you likes, it really does get you, when they pass over to another place, doesn't it? Now, is your Christmas common? Well, who blooming well cares? We like it as we like it, don't we, girls and boys? We don't need someone who thinks they're better than anyone else telling us that our Christmas is common. How rude. In the Daily Mirror this morning, novelty hats and dad jokes are all part of Christmas fun, but an etiquette expert has revealed the signs that says your Christmas is common. I mean, where do these people come from that they judge people like that? Yeah, there's some very, very sad people around, don't you think, who constantly criticise what normal people like you and me do at Christmas. Anyway, this bloke, William Hanson is his name, shared a list of pitfalls that he says expose your festive celebrations as a little less than posh, from artificial trees, well, I've got one of those, to the time you choose to open your presents. Now, what time do you open your presents, as a matter of interest? When I was a child, we used to have a pillowcase full of presents at the end of our... Oh, sorry, I'm happy times. At the end of our bed, they were full of stuff. There'd be one big thing in there and lots of little things. Stocking fillers, if you may. in our pillowcase full of stuff, and we'd do that. Would be there when we woke up, and then in the afternoon we'd have presents around a tree. They were the ones wrapped up. Some Daily Mirror readers have called the guidelines nonsense, replying to say they will keep doing their common Christmas and loving every second of it. Good. And so you should. We recognise most of the warning signs from our big day, and now you can see how many you can tick off too. So, this is how you know you're having a common Christmas. Opening presents. Do you tear open your presents the moment your eyes open on Christmas morning? Let's forget the ones that you get as a child at the bottom of your bed, right? The ones around the Christmas tree. When do you open those? Even at my sister's house, that happens in the afternoon. Doesn't happen in the morning. We have dinner, happens in the afternoon. That was the same at my house. When I was a child, dinner, then Christmas presents around the Christmas tree. At my uncle's houses on Boxing Day, because we used to go to either Uncle Terry's or Uncle John's, because they had bigger houses on Boxing Day. And we'd have the dinner, after dinner, Christmas presents, all wrapped up. Do you tear open your Christmas presents the moment your eyes open Christmas morning? Tut tut, William says. Christmas should be an exercise in restraint. And although stockings can be opened before breakfast, yes, main presents should only be exchanged after the Queen's speech at 3 o'clock. The later in the day you open the presents, the more sophisticated you are. Well, we must have been very sophisticated then. Martin and Sharon, according to this, are sophisticated. Quite frankly, I'm having trouble believing that. But Christmas dinner. If you stack 4 plates with all the trimmings, then you're doing it right in our eye. But unfortunately, you don't pass the test for William. He advised people not to pile up your plate. And the meal should simply include a meat, 1 type of potato and 2 other vegetables, with the turkey ideally being homegrown on your family's farm. Better start digging up the garden. What? Where did these people come from? It bemuses me how people can come out with this stuff. Mind you, without it, I wouldn't have a show, would I? Without these really weird, strange... Do you know, I could do with another light here, couldn't I? I've just realised that I could do another light there. Oh, I haven't got my light on. Oh, I'm all in the dark. No wonder it's a bit dim today. Christ, why hasn't anyone reminded me that? Hang on a minute. There we go. That'll improve that. Look at that. Look at the difference that's made. Yeah, I forgot. Look, you see, with. I completely forgot to put that light. Every time I do that. Oh, never mind. Anyway. Another Christmas regular who will be turned away at the door at William's house. When we go down the Christmas cocktail route, we're in serious naff territory, he says. For example, Bucks Fizz. Well, I don't drink at Christmas. Eggnog is American, so it's fine over there, but it's too sweet and gloopy anyway. I think that stuff looks disgusting, eggnog. Not my cup of tea at all. I can't believe I didn't have that light on all that time. See, up at Lincolnshire, they come on automatically. They don't do that here. When I turn on the computer, the lights come on as well. Doesn't do that. I have to remember to turn the damn thing on. Artificial Christmas tree. Yes! So easy! Put 1 bit on the top, plug it in. Done. Unless you're my mate. 3 days dressing this beautiful Christmas tree. I will get a video of that. Artificial Christmas trees, cost-effective, easy to maintain. Fake trees are a staple for many, but the etiquette expert says anything that is pretending to be something that it's not, again, falls into the naff category. So I am naff. Are you feeling naff today as well, perhaps? Anyone feeling naff this morning? Do you know what else is naff? Having to vacuum up pine needles for a month. Social media updates. Oh, the kids will all be there, won't they? Every 30 seconds, another photo of the same face. Sharing snaps of your big day on social media is considered another common activity. Although William allows photos to be taken to capture special moments, he believes there's no need to post them on the day. It's supposed to be about the people you are with, not the people you are not with, he said. Christmas lights. Oh, now you're talking. Fairy lights. I love them. Little, not sparkling actually. I don't like flashing fairy lights. Little fairy lights twinkling on static. Coloured ones, white ones, blue ones. Beautiful. Well, Christmas lights. Flashing Christmas lights in an array of colours. Curries? They're the Indian ones. They have curry lights. Flashing Christmas lights in an array of colours, not curries, colours, are a huge no-no for the expert, along with novelty baubles and tinsel. No tinsel. What? No tinsel. He describes Christmas lights as generally awful and says if you insist on having them, they should only be white or off-white, representative of stars. Awful is also the word he used to describe Christmas jumpers. Have you seen mine? Is it? As William says, they are a waste of money and bad for the environment. Oh, you're having a laugh. I've had these about 10 years. And it goes on. It goes on. So are you having a common Christmas? Matching pyjamas look tragic, according to this bloke. Advent calendars. He says avoid beauty advent calendars. They're not considered terribly down market, but he doesn't think they ooze sophistication either. It says treating yourself to a chocolate every morning, which may be the only thing getting us through December at this point, is unsophisticated, according to this bloke. Do you know what? He must lead a very sad, lonely, pathetic life to come out with that stuff. Jeez. Awful. Awful. Joseph says, I have an artificial Christmas tree. It's what you make of it. It's as simple as that. Same here, Joseph. Same here. Mine coming from Asda. Must be 10 years old now. I've got two. I've got a small one and I've got a large one. And the large one is actually at this moment downstairs in the living room waiting to be done shortly after this show. It's nothing special, but it's on. It's all right. Christmas trees, if you've got a family, it's very different. Small people running around or you're having people over, that's a different thing altogether. There's me. That's it. You know. So why bother? I'll put it in. I'll plug it in, stick it in the corner. That'll be fine. I'll make it a bit different for a month or so. Terry Bryant, do you have one of my artificial Christmas trees? No, I don't know what they are. What are they? Paul sent a photo in. Thank you, Paul. Mick sent a picture in as well. Oh, thank you, Mick. People sending me in that picture. Thank you, Mick. It's a bit scary. I might use that to advertise the show. Actually, let me see what have I got night time this week. I'll tell you what, just a minute. Let's just have a little look at the Reach schedule. See if I can get another nighttime slot there next week. I think they're probably all gone. See if we do a nighttime show. I'll have to book it here while you're there. I think it's quite good to be doing on the radio and on the video at the same time. Gives us a different sort of audience as well. Book show. Let's see what we got. What's the date today? 12th. Okay, Monday. Nope. Wow, that schedule is absolutely packed. Tuesday, nope. Wednesday, nope. Thursday, nope. Friday, nope. Oh, no, it's 9 a.m. That is. Can't get one. There isn't one. Well, we could just do a video one, I suppose. Should we do... Let's do Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, all right? All right, so we'll have another chat show on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. It's better that I tell you now, otherwise, you know, might miss it there, mightn't you? All right, so, yes. Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. We'll do a show on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. There we go. Where are these Monolith... Oh, hang on. Mandy says, I've got a small Christmas tree that is 50 years old and still going well. Absolutely. Why buy a new one then? Why buy a new one? I totally agree with you, Fran. In fact, do you know what I wish I still had? Some of my old style fairy lights. You know, the little ones that you used to screw in. I love fairy lights. A bulb used to go, didn't it? It'd all unscrew themselves out as well. Fran says that bloke sounds up himself. Oh, he really does, doesn't he? Are you going to have bingo on Christmas Day? When Christopher says no. Rachel, prezzies get open first thing in the morning for Rachel and done in about 5 minutes. Oh, you're very common then, Rachel. Sorry, dear, according to William. Shania, Dad thought you looked a bit peaky, but you didn't have your light on. Yeah, I'm sorry, I always forget to put this damn light on in front of me in here. Fran's waiting for one more parcel to come, then she's sorted for Christmas. Mike says you look angelic. What, with that hat on? With the wreath on? I'll put it on again for you in a moment, all right? Let's just... sorry, let me just go around and delete some of these text there, otherwise I can get confused and read the same ones out twice. There we go. That's done. Good. Yes, where are these monoliths coming from? You know, those metal things. Isn't it odd? It's all a bit strange. You don't think aliens are coming down and placing them. Perhaps it would all be done to control us. Well, they found another one now, except this one's gold. Have you seen them? Let me take a picture of this gold one. Look, these keep appearing everywhere at the moment. Excuse me. These monoliths. Now, usually, the ones we've seen so far are silver. Okay? They had one on the Isle of Wight. Shania must know about it. She knows everything that's going on the Isle of Wight. There's no secrets from Shania. And then she tells her dad, and he broadcasts them all over Vectis Radio. In the Star this morning, a golden monolith has appeared in Colombia. Well, they got the money there. They're selling all the drugs, aren't they? A golden monolith has appeared in Colombia in the latest example of a mysterious monument appearing. It's the 6th such structure to suddenly spring up in the last few weeks, following sightings on the Isle of Wight, in Utah and California in the USA, and in Romania and the Netherlands. It's left many people across the globe puzzled about the significance and if the monoliths are connected. Some have claimed the structure in Colombia, because it's gold, is the master monolith. It's controlling all the other ones. The question is, what are they doing? It's all very disturbing and worrying. I've been disturbed for a very long time, to be honest. It was discovered in the municipality of Chaya, in the centre of South American country. While all the other monoliths have been silver in colour, some shiny and others matted, this one is gold. Some residents believe it to be the monolith that controls them all. It was found standing in a field with no trace of how it got there in the first place. The local authorities have yet to comment on the mysterious structure. Some of the monoliths have disappeared as quickly as they have sprung up, with no explanation about what has happened. It's all very strange, isn't it? An art collective based in the US state of New Mexico appeared to take credit for the mysterious monoliths. I can't see that. I mean, why would you put one? No disrespect. Why would they put one on the Isle of Wight? Wouldn't you put them somewhere where lots of people would see them, like London? Or Birmingham? The Isle of Wight, you're not going to get many people see it there, are you? Responding to the Isle of Wight instructor, group founder Matty Moe said the Monolith is out of my control at this point. Godspeed to all the aliens working hard around the globe to propagate the myth. I wonder if this is anything to do with the story I read out for you some months ago now about one of those fortune telling type things, one of those ladies who predicts the future and indeed has predicted many things that have happened. And she says something is going to happen about 3 days before Christmas, and it will be wonderful. I wonder if I can still find that story. No, can't find it. But I remember reading you that story. She said something was going to happen. I wonder if this is anything to do with the monoliths. What do you reckon, eh? Artie says they've all got the Apple logo on them. Desperately trying to sell their headphones, aren't they? Alrighty, gang. It's raffle ticket time. Let's just clear down the emails. Where are we now? There we are. Oh, what have I done here? Well, that's good. There's no messages at all coming up. Oh, there we are. Let's just get rid of those two there. And that one there. Deleted. Right, raffle ticket time. Next Saturday, and we'll give out tickets today and, also on Wednesday. I'll be here on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock with a chat show, okay? Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. These tickets, we'll give out tickets for this wonderful thing as donated to you by the lovely Denise Andrews with lights. Okay? That will be coming to you, someone in the post next Saturday. I'll give out tickets for this today, on Wednesday night, and next Saturday morning, all right, before we do the raffle. If you'd like a raffle ticket for that, please text now 07551 259 675 and ask for a raffle ticket now. You can only do this while the show is live. All right, so if you're watching a recording of the show, sorry, you can't get that. So if you want a raffle ticket for that, please speak now. Here we go, and I'll read out your numbers. Write your numbers down. You'll need your numbers. Jason Hughes, ticket number 160. Thank you, Jason. 160 for Jason. Rachel Wheatland, 161. Diane Jebb, 162. Shania Steele, 163. Mick Davenport, 164. Can either do it by email or text, one or the other, darlings, all right? 164 for Mick Davenport. Anyone else want to raffle tickets? Let's put them in here. Fran Green, 165 for Fran, baby. Who wants to try and win this wonderful thing that she's made? Stick that on your front door or indoors, wherever you want to do it. You can also email for a raffle ticket if you want, Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Mike in Brighton says... these structures are possibly a hoax. Remember the corn circles. Looking forward to seeing the Bethlehem star. That's right. Saturn on the 21st. That's the Great Conjunction. Saturn and Jupiter are going to be very, very close together, right? And it will look like one bright star, which some of the scientists think is the star that they saw over Bethlehem that night. The Great Conjunction. Very unusual to see that, all right? So that's on Monday the 21st. I'm very much looking forward to hopefully seeing that if there's no... I mean, you'll get a few days around it, but it will be its brightest on Monday the 21st, okay? Can I have a raffle ticket? That's not naff. Of course you can, darling. 166 for you, Mike. There you go. 166 for Mike. All right, let me just get through your text here, sweethearts. Gary Ross, 167. Michael Pullman, 168. Joseph McDonald, 169 for Joseph. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? You need to either send a text 07551 259 675, okay? 07551 259 675, or send an email nice and quickly. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is my email address, all right? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. We've done that one. We've done that one. Excellent. Done that one. Right, anyone else want a raffle ticket now with the chance to win this wonderful thing as donated by Denise Andrews? I'll just put this on my head again. You can wear it. Just imagine how happy people will see if you turned up at one of your family's Christmas celebrations with this on your head, eh? Or hang it on your door, of course, out the front door. Beautiful little lights on there. Want a raffle ticket? Mandy Davenport does. Thank you, Mandy. 170 for Mandy. Thank you. 170 for young Mandy there. All right, Mandy. Right, we'll just do one more story. Just one more story. And that is because... Where is it now? There it is. Just in case anyone's running a little bit behind us. So you can still ask for a raffle ticket if you haven't got one yet, okay? 07551 259 675 or email chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Don't forget, thank you, Maureen. 171 for Maureen. 171. So you'll be able to get another raffle ticket on Wednesday night show. Wednesday night I will be with you at 8 p.m. on this channel. Wednesday night 8 p.m. And of course we got the bingo tomorrow night. What is it today? Yes, tomorrow night. Bingo tomorrow night. It is 8 o'clock. We usually start that, isn't it? Yes. 8 o'clock. We've got bingo tomorrow night at 8 o'clock as well. Simon Steele, ticket number 172. Thank you, Simon. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? Speak now nice and quickly. 07551 259 675 or chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. In the sun this morning. Don't know what you think about this. Ecstasy, you know the tablets? One or two naughty people used to go to nightclubs in the 90s and take those. This ecstasy may be a good way to get troubled couples back on track, say researchers. This is in The Sun. The illegal drug was handed to both partners in relationships where one of them had PTSD. Oh, what is that then? Post-traumatic... Oh, I don't know. Let me look it up. Post-traumatic stress disorders. I don't know what that is. It allowed them to open up about trauma and improved empathy and connection. As a result, they enjoyed significant improvement in relationship satisfaction. I wonder what that is. I don't think that's physical. I don't think it's physical. Possession of a thing has been a maximum jail sentence of 7 years, while supply and production can mean life. Banged up for life. We don't want that, do we? All the old people are going to end up in prison if they start giving them these. Psychologists who conducted the 7-week study believe the drug could be used in relationships, counselling alongside cognitive behavioural conjoint therapy. Oh, there's a lot of long words in there, dear, that I don't understand. It says PTSD in one partner can cause distress in the relationship and barriers to understanding each other. So I don't know what you think about that. Is that a good idea? We start giving all the old people ecstasy tablets. heads. I mean, but have you seen them walking around Manchester on that, on those, what's that called? Spice, I think it's called, isn't it? Spice. Now, is that a pill or something they smoke? Or an injection? I'm not quite sure what it is. Look that up on YouTube. Type in Spice Manchester and you'll probably come across them. They're wandering around. They have not a clue where any of them are. Very, very strange and mysterious. One final message from Mike. Oh, you haven't sent any super chats, have you? No. Okay. One final message coming in, Mike. And he says, sorry, Chris, you have the bits of reef on your head. I have, haven't I? Well, a marginally successful show. We didn't put the light on until 20 minutes before the end. Oh, I don't know. Okay, now don't go. I've got a lovely little closing video for you that I created. It was filmed some weeks ago, actually, in Woodthorpe Garden Centre, which is in Alford, ALFORD, in Lincolnshire, and it's where they had the most wonderful Christmas lights and decorations set up in there, which of course they're selling for Christmas. That's why they're all up there. But I went last year. My nephew and his wife took me last year. I went with the children, and we went this year just with my nephew and two of the children, because obviously the younger girl who's severely disabled, you couldn't risk taking her somewhere like that. So we went there, and I filmed this some weeks ago, and I put it to music, and it's about 3 minutes long. It's quite actually long. It's much longer than the normal end videos. So something for you to watch just before you leave the stream. I'll be back with you here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the bingo. Okay, we'll do bingo tomorrow night. 6 games, as it always was. 4, 5. What are we going to do? Yeah, we'll do raffle tickets. We'll do raffle tickets for this. Okay, that'll be the first 3 prizes, raffle tickets for this, for the 4th and 5th prizes, small prizes, and a bit of a larger prize, not massive, bit of a larger prize at the end of the on the final game. That's tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. If you're not with us for the bingo, then join us again either on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Okay, Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. We'll do another chat show Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. And if not, next Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Can I just recommend, just in case you haven't seen it yet, and I keep going on and on about it, try tonight on BBC One Colour. What time? I don't know what time it's on, actually. It's probably somewhere between 7 and 9 o'clock. Michael McIntyre's The Wheel. It's a brand new game show on BBC One. They've only had 2 of them on so far. I am absolutely loving that programme. The little bit of music, spin the wheel, is just wonderful. And it's camp. But the main part of it is celebrities and the people playing it actually look like they are really having a good time. It doesn't look fake. So many of these people, like that Ben Shepherd bloke, he does this quiz show with like moving, like in the fun fairs and seaside resorts, you get that machine and it pushes the coins down. It's like, I think that's the one he's doing, and he's got this fake smile on him, and I can just see straight through it. I'm not a fan of celebrities on game shows. I like to see normal people like you. That being said, there are, I think, 6 or 7 celebrities in a big wheel, and it spins around. And then there are 3 people like you and me in the centre, and one of them is selected at random, and it gets pushed up like that through a hole in the wall, and they are playing this game with celebrities. And it's just camp. It's wonderful. Try that tonight on BBC One and let me know on the next show what you thought about it, okay? If you can't join us for any of those things, then I do a radio show. That's at reachonair.com. It's an internet station. You can also listen on a smart speaker. That's Monday to Friday between 10 and 11 every morning. Have a lovely day. I hope you enjoy our little closing film that we'll be using over the Christmas period. And I'll see you again tomorrow night for the bingo at 8 o'clock. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheerio.